In this video, I'm going to show you how to master your You know what? I can't do it. I'm too lazy, I'm too old, I'm too tired. I'm going to actually ask someone else to do the mastering this time around. If you want to see how I master songs, check out the links in the description below. I've got heaps of mastering videos here on the channel, but it's the end of Songtember and I just don't have any time. So why don't we hand over to the one, the only Jade Starr, who is going to master my Songtember song right now.
Grown-ass man, here it is. The irony is today that this song is called Grown Ass Man. It's about, kind of kids get off my lawn. I'd rather stay home. And Pete was too lazy to master this. So I'm doing it. We're actually going to shrink this down a bit. We're going to put it through the shrinky dink. We're going to pull it down a bit, give ourselves a little bit of room. Now, it's okay to do this because it's already been mixed. You're not changing anything sonically. You're just pulling it down. I'm not going in here to tools and doing a normalize. Yeah, I'm just pulling it down. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Audio Pro because I like doing it in here. So we're going to create a new project over here. We're going to make it 44 kilohertz. We're going to call this Grown Ass Man and create a brand new project with no tracks in it. I'm going to grab my Files app and slide this over here so I can drag in Pete's track. We're going to go over here to Audio Share. Just grab this and drop it in. Hopefully it'll work. First go. There we go. There's Pete's track. And we just want to bring down the volume a bit. We want to bring it down so I've got room to make it pop. So I'm going to go into the settings here. We're just going to pull this volume slider down in the master down to about there. So we've got plenty of room. We're going to do a mix down. It's as simple as that. Look at that. Boom. And look at that. Look how small and cute that is now. Look how cute it is compared to that. Let's see what it sounds like in Bark Filter first. I'm interested in this. So what I'm going to do is open up AUM. I'm going to create an audio track. And I'm going to go down here to File Player. We're going to bring this file in. I'm going to bring in Bark Filter here. I can do this in Audio Share as well, really, if I want to. Go in here and we're just going to pick the triple band. See what it sounds like.
Never one for going hard. Never had a fear of missing out. Never happy in a crowd. And I know I'm not the only one. I'm a grown-ass man. Please tell.
You hear how it's not louder. Like it's not like it's got volume added to it, right? But you see I turned it down. I'm not doing it for loudness. I'm trying to, you can notice too, when you're mastering stuff, you're not trying to make things louder. You're trying to sonically make the rest of the song. I always say it on the Patreon, it's a hug, man. You want the song to hug, to be a big group hug.
Take me home.
See, notice there.
I've done all.
Pete's voice is really prominent in this, so it really stands out. But when you add mastering to it, it kind of brings everything else up around the focal point of the song. Right, so I don't want to add a lot of volume to this. So you notice here I'm going in here and making this output. I'm trying to pull the output down. I don't want to blow this up here because I'm still going to master it. So I'm trying to keep this low, so when we bring it in, cool. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to hit record down here. And we're going to go boom. Let it go for a bit. Cool. Done. So now that has been saved into these recordings up here. There it is there, Grown Ass Man. So now what we can do is go check it out in Audio Share, because AUM shares files with Audio Share. So here's the track that we put in there first. And now in here we should have, look at that. Now it's not much different, but you'll see.
Never one for going hard.
And it's still got, pay attention, all the dynamics are still here. See how the peaks and ridges are all still moving? Now it's more of a sausage, but it's still got all these ebbs and flows in there. That's what we want to keep. We want to thicken this up, but we don't want it to be just a pure sausage. Right? Plus we've got so much headroom here. Right? So watch what happens now. We're going to open this up in Larsons Mastering. Now once we go in here, this is where the magic happens. We're going to set this to 0, and we're going to drop this down to less glue. And here it is. And let's turn it on and see what happens.
Never one for going hard.
Wow.
Never had a fear of missing out. Never happy in a crowd.
So what we're going to do is master this, and what we're going to do also is master the other one without using. We're going to master the other one that didn't have bark filter. So Pete's got a decision to make between either, because this one will be more airy and probably be a bit more top endy and just have more air. But we've got to get the lufts right first, so we've got to do all this. So we've got 44, 24-bit. And as you can see, I didn't really change anything here. All I did was go in and change this setting in here to less glue, right? And I've added no gain at all here, because what you'll see with these presets in Lursens, there's already markup gain being added. So there's 3.8 decibels of markup gain being added to this with some compression. We've got a de-esser in there as well, right? And that's what gives us the difference.
And I know I'm not the only one. I'm a grown-ass man. Please take me home.
So let's just do a master of this and get a gauge of what this looks like, what it sounds like. We may need to make it a little bit louder, and then we'll test it against lufts, and we'll test it against loudness penalty, and make sure we get it right on the button. Probably going to be low. Let's have a look at it. So now what I'm going to do is open this up in Neon from 4 Pockets, which has a Loft Detector. Pretty cool. So I'm going to import the file into 4 Pockets Neon, which is a fantastic app. If you don't have it, you're crazy. And where's it gone? So it should be, there it is, Grown Ass Man. There it is there. We're going to load it up. And here's where you can measure the amount of lufts. 14.65. That's actually too soft. All right, so the way it works is I'm aiming for 14 lufts. 14 is the sweet spot, but it's over 14. And the way it works is if it's over 14, that means it's too soft. So it works in reverse. So I want to bring it down. So I'm going to have to turn it up. I can turn it up probably about 0.5, 0.6 dB in the mastering. All right. So we'll jump back out, go back to Lursens, and we'll turn this up maybe about 0.5, and then we'll do another master, because bark filter doesn't work with everything. It's really good for dance music. See how it only added a little bit to it? So now we're going to head back over here to Neon and import this from Audio Share. There it is, import. So now we've got this version here, which is the second one. You can see it's got a 1 next to it. Let's load this. And let's do a lufts test. 14. We can go a little bit more. You know what? Let's push it. Let's go 7. Let's import this. See how close we get. So we got master number 2. We're going to load this. Check the LUFS. 1406. That's pretty close to perfection, I reckon. We'll probably go a little bit louder even. Let's see what it says on loudness penalty. So we're going to go to loudness penalty now. So it says loudnesspenalty.com, and you can choose your file, load it, and see exactly what the streaming services are going to do to your song. That's pretty nice. So what is this telling us? This is telling us YouTube is going to leave it exactly as it is. No compression. They're happy. This is what they like. Now remember, this is only a guide too. It's not perfect. Spotify is going to turn it down 0.1 decibel. Tidal's going to leave it. Apple, are always going to compress your song. But you can see here, Amazon is 0. Pandora is 0.05. This is pretty close to what you want, yeah? So in my opinion, that's a master right there. But as I said, we're going to go and do a different master without bark filter. So what we'll do is now we'll rename this. And we'll call this BF for bark filter. Cool, there's that. Have a quick listen, shall we? Okay, this was the original. You ready?
Never one for going hard. Never had.
See how it sounds really like muffled and dense, and like it just sounds dense and muffled, and like that's what mastering does. Mastering brings songs to life.
Hard. Never had a fear of missing out. Never happy.
And Pete's done a fantastic job of mixing this. So, and his vocals are nice and up front. Everything's nice and clear. So let's go to the end of it.
I just don't have a plan. Please take me home. And I've had all.
Cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a second master with minus the bark filter business. And this was that one. So let's open this one directly into Lursens. And we should be able to keep very similar settings. So we'll go to less glue, very similar settings to what we had. And we'll just do a test for now because we can. This is the beautiful thing, right? If you make a master, you do a mix and it doesn't sound right, just do it again. What does it cost you? It costs you nothing. So, you know, you can make hundreds of files until you get it exactly right. Make mistakes, you know. As the guys on my Patreon, right, every weekend when I master songs, and they get to see this every week. By the way, if you want to become a patron, there it is. From $1 a month, I'll master your songs every weekend, right? The last few weeks on the Patreon, I think, was it last week? Every song I did, I nailed it first go, right on 14 LUFS, 14 LUFS, 14 LUFS. It was like unbelievably freaky the way it happened. Sometimes it just happens, yeah? So you'll notice this one's a little bit different in the size of the waveform. Remember, you can mix with your eyes, but you can't mix with your eyes, right? So because the other one's gone through bark filter and it's had a bit more compression on it, that's why we have a different looking wave file compared. See that? See how they're different? And you're definitely going to hear a difference between these two. So let's import this one and see how many LUFS this is in here. Let's import this from Audio Share. Grown-ass man, there it is. We're going to load this. And let's see how many LUFS. 14.32. This is actually softer. Interesting. So we can probably add here. Let's go back here. And I'm going to add a bit of volume. I'm going to add 7 to this one. There we go. So it's a little bit bigger. Let's see the difference. Let's see what the difference is, because we're trying to get to 14 LUFS. We're trying to get to 14 LUFS. We want 14 LUFS, don't we, hippie?
Boom.
Exactly. So, Grown-ass man, number 2. It's a little bit bigger. Measure. 13.69. See, I went too far. Look at that. I went too far, too far. We're going to get this spot on because I'm being anal today. All right. There's a little bit of difference there. Let's see. Oh, no. I don't want to do that. I've already measured that one. We want to go here. Import. Grown-ass man 3. Here it is. Load. We've got to be close with this one. 13.96. There you go. That's about as close as you're going to get. That's pretty close. So let's load it up to Loudness Penalty and see what we get. And then we'll play the 2 different files and get your opinion. And then, but it's not going to matter. It's all up to Pete at the end of the day, isn't it? Look at that. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Look at that. I have a feeling this one's going to be better. I have a feeling. That's pretty perfect. If it, you know. In fact. Thank you. All right. Stop being a wanker, Jade. Let's have a listen.
Never one for going hard. Never had a fear of take me home. I've done all that I can. I've done all that I can. Please take me home. Never had to see the lights.
So you can hear the difference between what Bark Filter's done, which has given it much more air. It's made it a lot more brighter, where this one's a bit more dense, but the guitar tone is probably a bit deeper and thicker. So it's tough. I kind of like this one.
All that I can, please take me home.
Let's go to the end.
So I'll quietly creep up the back stairs and you won't hear a sound. And you won't hear a sound. You'll awake and wonder what the time is. It's only 10 p.m. I'm a grown-ass man. Please take me home.
So, in my opinion, the Bark Filter one is probably what you would more expect something to be on Apple Music, because a lot of music these days is mixed very bright, very, airy to catch you, to pull you in. But it's going to come down to personal taste. Could you pull more air out of the Barkless one in mastering? Oh, you don't want to do too much, You really don't want to do too much. Let's grab, for example, let's take, where's the original one? It's this one here, isn't it? So, I mean, we can pull out some of this air.
I've done all that I can. Please take me home. Never had to see the lights. Never had an urge for starting fights. Kinda happy on my own. And I know I'm surely not alone, 'cause I just don't have a plan.
And for example, show you, it's going to be not so different. I've only pulled out some of the 6K and 10K out of there. I've probably taken, 2? No, so about 5, 4, just to suck some of the air out of it, to see the difference.
Never had a fear of missing out. Never had a fear of missing out. Never have be in a crowd.
So it is different, but you've lost a little bit of volume there with that as well. Because remember, when you're adding EQ or subtracting EQ, you're taking volume out of the song. So yeah, it can actually get a bit louder there. You know what I'm saying? Because I pulled down, because I took out some of the high end out of that song, it lost volume. See, instead of it being 14 LUFS, it's 14.3 now. So it's asking me now to add a bit of volume back. So if we add like 0.3. So that's the thing to remember. When you're EQing stuff, you are messing with the volume of the song. This is the last one we're going to do. 1405, there you go. 1405. So what I'll do is just rename this and then throw it all in Pete's lap. Yeah, Pete's the decider. You can listen to them on your headphones, on your speakers. Because remember, I'm listening to these on speakers as well too, even though the song's already mixed. So it's not going to make much difference. So how am I going to send these to Pete? I'll show you how I'm going to send them to Pete. I'm going to open up the Files app. Yeah. And I'm going to select all three of them. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go down here to More and compress them, which creates an archive, a compressed file. That's all done. Now I can hold down on this and rename it. Pete Johns, Grown Ass Man, Masters. Done. And then I can upload this very easily. Google Drive. And then I'll send Pete the link.
How cool was that? So the only problem I have now is, which master do I choose? Jade has given me too many choices. If you want to find out which direction I go, which master I choose, and the final release of this song, Timber Song, make sure you're tuned in to the next episode. If you're here in the future, it may be right there right now. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait. Keep an eye on the channel. It'll be out soon. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see ya next time.